Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Bryndís, and today I'm doing the book confessions tag. So this tag was created by Becky at Book Reviews with Becky, and I was tagged by Nicky at my messy bookshelf. It's been quite a long, several weeks since I was tagged, but finally I got to it, and I'm excited about it. So there are 9 tags, 9 prompts in the tag, and let's just get started. Number 1, what is an unpopular opinion or preference you have? Well, it seems to be an unpopular opinion or preference, but I prefer to read audiobooks rather than physical books or ebooks. And yes, in my opinion, audiobooks count as reading. Number 2, has your reading taste changed over the years? How? Yes, for sure. I used to like courtroom dramas, like John Grisham was one of my favorite authors for a long time, and I also used to like quite spicy, like the 80s version of spicy fantasy romance. I can't say that I haven't read anything like that in a long time, so maybe I would like it. Maybe I still like it, but I don't gravitate to those type of books anymore. Yeah, I feel that also, just like 2 years ago, I was all into thrillers. I feel like 2023, I read like 50 thrillers. 50 books that were thrillers or something. Like, I was reading so much thrillers, and I haven't really been reading thrillers a lot this year, just a few. So I feel that my reading, maybe it doesn't necessarily change, but I go through kind of periods. Yes, I know. I go through periods of liking a certain type of genre more than others. Number 3, what genre do you read to get out of a reading slump? I haven't actually been in a reading slump for years. I feel that I started really getting back into reading, like serious reading, in 2018. And I've just been reading constantly since, which is fantastic, like knock on wood, obviously. I don't know if there's a specific genre, but at least today, if I would fall into a reading slump, Agatha Christie would probably get me out of it. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. I think those would definitely be. I would be pretty safe. Jane Austen. I think I can read all of those books, all of those authors, and it would get me back into it for sure. Number 4, what are some of your automatic buy authors? So for me, at the moment, it's Agatha Christie, because I'm trying to build up my collection. I want to own every single of her books. And I still have quite a few to go. She wrote a lot of books. So definitely. If I see an Agatha Christie, I'm trying not to just buy it without referencing my collection first to see if I actually own it, because for some reason I thought it would be so fun to have many editions of the same book. And I'm like, woman, you do not live in a, palace. No, you can only have one edition of each book. I would prefer to have the original UK covers, but those are obviously very difficult to find. To be honest with you, I would also love to have all of them in like the new covers that have been coming out lately. But yeah, she's an automatic buy author for me. I think also Fredrik Backman. I've only read one book by him so far. I have like several unread, or I think three that I haven't read. But I think that everything that he writes, I want to own, just because of that one book. It was the best book I think that I've ever read, at least for the time when I read it. A Man Called Ove. So, yeah. And I think Madeline Miller, I really like her writing. I think I would definitely buy her book, her new book. I think she has a book coming out this year or next year. Something Greek again. So yeah, that will be fun. Anyway, number 5. How many chances do you give an author before you won't try them again? Probably 2 chances, because sometimes the first book can be a fluke, especially if it is their first book. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the author, the genre, and the reviews and everything. But I think that if I really want to try out an author, I think that you really need to give them at least 2 books just to really know if you're gonna like the author or not. Number 6, do you have anything you like to do or listen to while you read? So if I'm reading a physical book, I really enjoy having like a classical musical playlist going on in the background, or a CD or record player or whatever, and just with very kind of instrumental classical music that is just for the kind of the atmosphere. I really love that. In the winter, I will have like candlelight maybe, and yeah, obviously a good reading lamp for sure. But so I like trying to make the atmosphere very cozy. If I'm listening to an audiobook, well, I listen to audiobooks quite a lot if I go for walks, if I'm in the car, stuff like that. I don't generally listen to audiobooks if I'm cleaning or doing housework. I prefer to then maybe have a YouTube video on. But also if I'm just in my bed or on my couch or something, I will have my like a tablet and I will play mahjong, or if on my phone I have like a solitaire game, something like that, just to have something to do with my hands. I'm sometimes also like coloring in like a coloring book, or drawing, or doing stuff like that when I'm something like artistic. Yeah, that kind of, because you can do those things, at least I can do those things without losing focus on the book. So I really like doing that. Number 7, how far do you read before DNFing? I usually DNF very quickly. I feel that just in the first couple of chapters, I will know, I don't know, maybe I suppose it does depend on, if it's a classical book, I will probably give it more of a chance than if it's a contemporary author. Yeah, but I usually know quite quickly whether I'm going to DNF it, or if it's gonna be, okay, I wanna read it just so that I can say that I've read it and I know what I feel about the entire book. But yeah, I'm not a very forgiving person in regards to that. I will DNF very quickly. Number 8, do you ever find yourself making the same faces as the characters in the book? I'm not sure. I mean, if there are people laughing and smiling, I will like start to laugh and smile myself as well. If there's something really sad, or if a person is crying, or especially if a person is very emotional but like holding back, that makes me cry. But I don't think so. I don't think that I necessarily make faces, but no, I'm not sure. And number 9, rereading, yes or no, or depends? Yes, I love to reread my favorite books again and again and again and again. I think I've read Jane Austen, like all of her books, probably 5, Some of her books probably 5 or 6 times, others maybe 3 or 4 times. Lord of the Rings, I've read 3 times, the trilogy. Jane, what's her name? Jane Marple. Agatha Christie, I'm now on my second read-through of her entire collection. And yeah, and there are several other books. I used to, when I was a teenager, I loved The Ice People by Margit Sandemo, a Norwegian author. And I think I read those books 10 times, 15 times. I could like almost knew them by heart. You know, I've listened to the Harry Potter books probably 7 or 8 times. And, you know, the narration by Stephen Fry. So, yeah. If I love a book, I will just read them continuously, basically. So that's that. That was a fun tag. Thank you for tagging me, Nicky. And I'm actually not going to tag anyone, I'm sorry. But if you haven't done the tag and you feel like it, go ahead and let me know. I would love to see your video. And let me know if you want to answer any of these questions in the comments below. And we can have a chat. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!